Thank you, Lily. Thank you, thank you. That was pretty. I'm here to offer you a big howdy this morning. Howdy. That's what they do in the South, and I just got back from Alabama on Friday. So y'all, I'm here, and I'm excited that we have a Western-themed luncheon today. I want to let you know my name is Debbie Skirto. I'm the president of the board here at Monte Vista Unitarian Universalist congregation, and I welcome everyone in the sanctuary and everyone on Zoom that's joining us. So great to have you here. March is also Women's History Month. So I think there may be some special things in our services, and I know there are many happenings around. So please keep everybody informed. Let us know when you hear of something that's really exciting, unique, special, that you would like to share with all of us so that we can attend also. Next week, we'll be starting the service an hour later due to the return of daylight savings time. My personal favorite time of the year, actually. I love the sun, more hours of sunlight. And so, let the sun shine in. Don't forget to put your clocks ahead an hour, and that way you will be here right on time. On the 8th, which is next Saturday, we will be having another work party. I'm not sure of the focus yet, but we'll keep you busy. And I think that'll still start at 8 o'clock and go to about noon, and there will be some refreshments and lots of fun and real good community working hard. Today is our second Love and Laughter Lunch. You're going to hear some more about that. And let's mosey on over to the baked potato bar, get some grub, and wet our whistles with something stronger than sarsaparilla. We'll rein in our enthusiasm as we stampede through the word search, and then we'll serenade each other with a melody or two. It's going to be a lot of fun, so it's great to see a good crowd today. We'll have another adult RE class tomorrow night on Zoom at 6 p.m. And now, let's give a really big Western shout out and a big howdy to our minister, Maggie Yenoki, Reverend Maggie Yenoki.
Hello, 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 everyone. Yeah, it is so great to be here, and it's so different with the tables and everything. It's like a really cool vibe today. We've got some wonderful things planned for you, so sit and relax. It is Oscar Sunday as well, for those of you who, when you finish here and get home and check your boards if you can pick the right movies and stuff. So it's a day full of good things. And we also thought it was going to be full of rain. So that's why a few of our folks, thank you so much for all the work, for setting up this room when the forecast turned sour for us, but good for the earth. So we are glad to welcome any rain that comes. We also are in our first Sunday for a new month, which means we're going to sing happy birthday to the March babies. Who's a March baby? Joyce, yay! Oh, Jack, all right. But we won't sing Joyce and Jack. Jimmy? When? What day? 24? Yeah, 24. So when we get to the line where you insert the name, we're just going to say March babies, okay? So let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, March babies. I guess we're not done with the announcements. So before I ring the bowl, you know what? Somebody, if I can have your attention, I was gifted something so beautiful that I said, you know what? I want the congregation to know about this because it's just so moving to me. So Jill Rigel knitted a stole for me. And she knows I'm Celtic and 96% Irish. So she put some Irish cabling stitches in there that each of them have meaning. They each have meaning. So she'll talk about that for just a bit.
Step into my office, Reverend Maggie.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I bless you with the Irish stole. And I knitted in all my good wishes for health, wealth, prosperity. And there's a cable that's the Reverend Maggie cable. There's the cable that says Monte Vista twists and turns. There's Sophie's paws. And there's Maggie and George's twistles.
Twistles.
And I need to type that in, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll get that in our time. No
Okay.
worries. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Oh, that's nice.
I thought you'd all like to hear that. After you, sir.
What? I didn't hear that. Did you hear that? Oh, I guess I didn't hear it because we're having a silent auction. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll be having our largest fundraiser event of the year so far. The MVUUC Spring Fling will be April 12th at 5:30. Please sign up, fill out your forms. We've got a lot of silent auction services already signed up for, but if you look at the form on the table back there, you'll see that there's some suggested ideas, and a lot of them. And anyhow, please sign up. So far we have things like sourdough bread cooking class, mask making class, life organizational seminar, Rubel Castle tour with a barbecue in Glendora following, gift certificates for things like massages, pickleball instruction, and playing pickleball at Mark Moniger's court. We're having a bake sweet auction. There's also a separate form for the bake sweet auction. Please fill that out and get involved. Also, we have some big ticket items, which I don't know if he's already put them up on the screen, but there's supposed to be a Big Bear cabin photo. Oh, it's right there. Oh, yeah, the Big Bear. That's the Big Bear. Anyhow, a two-night stay in Big Bear, and also Hollywood Bowl tickets. So this is an important fundraiser, and please turn your forms in. Suggested participation ideas are on the back of the form, and the more participants, the more fun, and the more funds we raise for the MVUUC. So thank you, Reverend Maggie. Thank you.
And it is our tradition to shift the space and begin our service with the sounding of the bowl. We ring our bowl 3 times, bringing our attention and our energies together to open this sacred space with intention, reverence, and compassion. We ring it for yesterday, today, and tomorrow. For yesterday, we call to the ancestors of this land and the ancestors of our hearts. We pause to acknowledge the native peoples on whose ancestral homelands we gather. And we celebrate the diverse indigenous communities who make their home today. And we ask our own wisest and deepest selves to show up, to keep us open and aligned with the values of growth, service, and love, that our lives can serve as a light to everyone we meet. And for tomorrow, we honor the future beings, those who will come. May we work to co-create a world that will be healthy and safe for all beings. And receiving this day as a gift, we hold ourselves and each other in this present moment, ready to unwrap its magic. And together we say 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. We are all feeling good, and that's okay. As a symbol of our faith, we light a chalice at each of our gatherings to represent the values in the rich history of Unitarian Universalism that offer us belonging and hold us in community. As our beloved staff members, Brenda Jones, I haven't her daughter, but let's have Joyce, Armenta, and Brenda Jones come and light our chalice today. And as they do, let's hear the words from Reverend Michelle LeGrave. We come to religious community from many paths and with diverse needs. If you have come here seeking comfort, may your pain be soothed. If you have come here looking for answers, may you find new questions. If you have come here seeking purpose, may your call be awakened. If you have come here hoping to build a new way, may the path open before you. Thank you. I invite everyone to stand as we sing our invocation, our anthem, Spirit of Life, first time through in English and then in Spanish.
Spirit of life, come unto me, sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion, blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice, bruise holy clothes, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Fuente de amor, venos a mí, y al corazón, cántale tu compasión,
Please remain standing as we read together our covenant. But before we do, because we have so many lovely guests here today, I just want to quickly explain that Unitarian Universalism is a covenantal faith. So we don't have a creed. We don't tell people what to believe. But we do make statements for how we will be in relationship with each other and with the divine. And this tells that story. Let's read it together. We affirm that love is the greatest purpose of this congregation. The search for truth is our constant star, and service is our prayer. We pledge our hearts, minds, and hands to justice and justice with courage, to make choices for a healthier planet, and to live out our Unitarian Universalist values every day as beloved community. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all that is sacred in life. Please be seated and make yourselves comfortable. We'll let the rumble of the chairs silence a little bit. And boy, do we have a treat today. We have JaVian Jones here, and she will offer a praise dance for us. So we invite you to go with her on this journey of praise. JaVian? Jaryus, you can start it. Well, that was church. Thanks, JaVian. You need to rest, you can go in my office if you want. Yeah. It is a door, and there's no alarm, so you can just fly. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Brenda. I wanted the children to experience that too, so we waited to sing them out until after JaVian's dance. But we can do that now. If we can have, all right, it'll come back on in a minute. But I just want to thank Jaryus for the screen image that he has for today. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Have fun, you guys. I'll miss you. See you later at the potato bar. Yeah. Each of us here in this congregation tends so well to the good care. Did I miss out? I see the choir standing. That means Maggie, sit down. Sorry. It's JaVian's fault. She's got me all. Yeah. Please enjoy the day. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. So what I said before was, I'm just so grateful, and we all are. All of us are grateful for each other and for our good care of our congregation in so many different ways. Some of that is the ways that we support the Beta Center's food bank at Inland Valley Hope Partners, where we have the red wagon up here that collects all your non-perishable goods. And the other gifts we bring are the immeasurable offering of our time and talent. If we just look around this room today and we see the many ways that people have served just to make today happen, it's a wonderful, wonderful gift. And some of our care for the congregation comes from the financial gifts that we offer. Because our care for one another is so essential in these most unusual days, we understand the possibility that while some of us have stepped up and given beyond their annual pledge, others are struggling, and they need to simply sit and receive for a time. But we are all generous and contributing to the sustenance that we seek together. In our congregation, we voted to share 50% of our offering plate that are not marked as pledges to be shared with a nonprofit that aligns with our values. For this month, as we did in February, we have selected to share our plate with the UU Justice Ministry of California. It's their mission to advance justice in our state by cultivating and connecting leaders and communities with UU congregations. So as we enjoy the beautiful offertory that Lily will have for us, I offer the gratitude of this congregation for your gifts. And I invite those in the sanctuary to please come forward with your generous offerings. Thank you, Lily. So lovely. Another way that we live out our relationship here at Monte Vista UU is to share the joys and sorrows, the shine and the shadow that we have in our lives One way that we can do that easily, tell everybody, is to fill out one of these yellow papers when you come in. And I always go pick them up and read them to everyone. I have 3 great joys and a couple that I will talk about in a minute. This one comes from our female president. Yay! This is from Debbie. Many thanks to the board and the fundraising task force for all their work this past week. I got to spend the week in Montgomery, Alabama with my daughter Erin, pretty much worry-free, knowing that all at MVUUC was in loving and capable hands. Go teams! Yeah. Yeah. And Kate Hand submitted one. She writes, I have recovered from my surgery and I'm very glad to be back. We're glad to have you. And this one's from Paula Campbell, and it says, Ron Quinn is here. And thanks, Ron, for leading us with the signing. The signing for, yes. Thank you. One prayer that I have is right there. Yeah. That's all I have down. It just says, for Ukraine. So, you know, our thoughts and our energies and our embarrassment all matter. So feel them and send them out in a way that's healing and positive. We don't need to add to the hate. There's plenty. More than enough. But for Ukraine, we send them our love. Okay. Yeah. And I'd also like to invite Lily up. Lily has something to talk to us about.
Good morning. This is not the actual thing, but just wanted to say that I picked the Russian folk song 2 weeks ago. So it is what it is. But I tried to balance it with playing just Ukrainian composers so far. But anyway, the reason I'm up here to ask for your thoughts, prayers, whatever works for you. I have a student who I've been teaching since she was 5 years old, and she's 12 now. Probably one of the most talented girls that I've ever known. She's amazing. Her name is Anjali Rao, and the whole family, they lived in Altadena. They did not lose their house, but they're displaced for probably about a year because they can't go back home until all these things are done. And I just found out that last night the whole family was also in a car accident and their car was totaled. So they're okay, but you know, it's just been a crazy 2025 for them. So if you could send good thoughts to the Rao family, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, things don't just stop rolling in, do they? Man. Yeah. So I invite you to join me in a spirit of prayer. We'll have a time of prayer and then some silence, and then we'll go into our gentle song. If you want to shift in your chair, maybe put your feet flat on the ground. Then let your eyes float closed if you wish, but let's open our hearts. In the discord of brash, errant voices invading without permission into our psyche, our stillness evaporates in the overwhelm of untrustworthy and jarring voices, emails, and breaking news that feel like complete chaos. So we stand with love and we say no, and instead we insist on coming to a place of stillness, creating an atmosphere of inner hospitality for our soul. We welcome the spiritual direction from the teachings of Krishna, Jesus, Buddha, and on this third day of Ramadan, the teachings of Allah through Muhammad. Can we envision the golden thread that ties them together? And can we invite them to be tied to us? From Krishna, shared in the Bhagavad Gita, With a quiet mind, seek harmony within yourself. From the non-canonical Gospel of Thomas, we read Jesus' words, "Find a place of stillness within yourself." And the Buddha teaches, when the subject becomes still, the objects will cease to be. And on the third day of Ramadan, the Quran reminds us, indeed, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. Their collective message, as ancient as they are, fall fresh on us now as we calm our minds, slow our hearts, and release our nervous system from the treadmill of unending alarm and the compiling stress of constant frustration. Here, together in this present moment, we recognize the stress that we carry as we exhale. We let it float away, even if only for this present moment. We are implored by Spirit to return to this place several times each day and to wrap ourselves in a sense of safety, strengthening, and connection. Able to sense the love at our center, we breathe in peace, leaving us calmer, more grounded, and completely present. And we recognize our soul's exhaustion. But we also know there is a regeneration that's activating. Our instinct is to curl up and to hunker down and rest in the weariness. But as this dark moon brings us darker days, the equinox inches closer, and we sense we are already becoming ready. Ready for new beginnings, ready for tides to turn, ready for things to shift and go our way, love's way, like never before. So in this time of shared silence, may we place the ears of our heart to the ground and listen for love's approaching.
Thank you, Reverend Maggie, for asking me to read this beautiful poem by James Cruz, which echoes your words just now. You can grieve the leaves stripped from the maple, all that empty space between the bare branches, or you can bless the abundance of light shining through, buffing the pine boards of the floor until they turn the color of clover honey. You can mourn the coneflowers, now shriveled and brown, say the whole world's going to ruin. Or you can stand at the window watching the lively yellow blossom of a goldfinch feasting on each crown of seeds, sending more than a few back home down into the open ground, which knows how to receive them.
So beautiful. Thank you. George, we have to leave that one in on the video. No, I know. So I hope you're staying brave and buoyant in this tsunami of uncertainty that just continues to roll in, because we must be ever vigilant to take care of ourselves and each other as the intensity of our life experiences continues to increase. Please know that it is my deepest passion and also my greatest challenge to offer sound, helpful, strengthening messages in these most incredible days, while we are all carrying impossible levels of grief, shame, and rage. And it's a lot to hold. But while we do embrace the truth that we aren't holding it alone, there is an increasing accountability that we each do carry. And its call will not let us go. And it's a call to step in and take action. And that call is building. It's building to the point where the most passive of us and the most introverted of us can no longer hang back and observe. To borrow from Christian scripture in the book of Matthew, burying your talents anywhere simply cannot happen anymore. It is time for all hands on deck. And every day we're given a chance to make a choice for change. Chance, choice, and change. And not to restore what was. Because while we may have been more comfortable in the past than we are today, our degree of comfort isn't necessarily a good measure of justice for all. And maybe our degree of discomfort that is here to stay will no doubt increase in the wake of all that is crumbling. Maybe our discomfort is a better measure of the justice that we're committed to bring. And it's not about me and my comfort, or yours either, sorry. But it's there as a prod for us to do better and to allow the crumbling to continue. And maybe to even do what we can to bring it. But what are we willing to pray and to suffer and to serve for the sake of the crumbling of the patriarchy that we know has to end? Each day we're given a chance to answer. Each day we're given a choice to focus our steps, our lives, our hearts, and in honor of the Academy Awards later today, Each day we're given a backstage pass to the red carpet of change. So let's see that red carpet is the path that we are excited about and honored to choose to step out on. Let's see that backstage pass as our calling to be a bringer of this change. Let's see our call to be one that is on the red path, because the red path is the path of the heart. Every chance, every choice, every step toward change is the path of the heart, hidden inside our chest, longing to be lived out. Author Matt Licata teaches us that the path of the heart is not always one of lofty transcendence, ascending and rising above, but one of descent. The heart path can be one of messy engagement, courageous entanglements, and digging right in there with the source of the trouble, because we know the source of the trouble. The path of the heart is one where we are not afraid to get messy. It's a path that embraces the earthy, the shadowy, the lunar way. The path of the heart is the lunar way, an element of the mystery within our human lives that has been forgotten in a world grown weary under the blinding brightness of the patriarchy that has prevailed beyond its time, and it is crumbling and clutching to whatever power it can consume in order to survive. But the lunar way isn't as clear and bright as the heroic solar counterpart. The solar is fixed and forever glaring, a precise path toward eternal light, an ancient map showing how it's all going to turn out. But we have no use for that map in these darker times, times that are not turning out as we hoped or as we dared to imagine, because these times are more lunar. They change daily like the moon, and they require more of us. We're here to illuminate the darkness where the healing is most needed, lighting up those dark places and showing us the discreet and deceptive places where patriarchy, supremacy, and misogyny have been hidden and wounding us quietly in ways that our culture has allowed, undetected and unexposed until now. And there's no way we're going back. Because here in the center, in the heart, the wound that they have caused is weeping. It is open and no longer covered over. This opening is what allows the medicine to enter. And we have the opportunity and the charge, in this time of intolerable cultural erosion, to take every chance we're given and use it to make a choice for the changing of the hearts that we long for. The change that our UU values call us to, and the change that humanity needs in order to survive. And I'm not exaggerating. But then to not stop there, to keep opening and unfolding beyond survival, because we don't want to just survive. We and our loved ones and those who will come can witness the emergence of a new, healthy, dignified, reciprocal way of living with all beings. And while we wait for that to come, the road is bumpy and the grief is extreme. And the other things that happen in our life, like Lily talked about, just keep coming and keep making this harder, but we will do it. In some of the cultural traditions of our ancestors, and still in some parts of the world today, grief is seen as communal. Through communal ceremonies and rituals, our individual grief can be taken up with the collective heart. And the collective human heart is what we need. A huge collective heart of all of us that can co-process the grief that we share, and that no one is carrying too much of it or left alone in it. We might view that collective heart as the web of life. Claire Dubois writes about this and how it can guide our way through these days when we're all shaking our heads, and in the times yet to come that we cannot yet see, because it may get worse, a lot worse. But can we share the burden of shock for the countless people whose lives are being turned upside down, where all certainty and safety is gone? So many places, in so many places, and in so many ways, being treated as invisible, unable to be seen. You don't matter, you're invisible. You're unnecessary. You're unwanted. I've heard from Megan that her son in his work lost all of his coworkers. Oh, Bob's here. All of the people who worked for our national parks under Stratton have been let go. How do they do it? It's impossible. It's ghastly and profoundly damaging to treat humans in the ways that so many are now finding themselves being treated. But our collective heart is being activated, and we can hold those who are unsafe and being harmed, because we know that no one is irrelevant. We know from our faith that everyone matters. Everyone is valuable, everyone is worthy of love, respect, compassion, and everyone is needed. Everyone deserves the chance to give their gifts. So may we activate our hearts as we take every chance to make it our choice to bring change. Because our human hearts are some of the most powerful mechanisms in the universe. And collectively, they can change the world. Let's use them. Amen. I know it's been a while since we sang this song, and I know it's been a while since the lyrics were changed, but we have in our hymnal, number 1014 in the Teal hymnal, it was called Standing on the Side of Love, but we have so many people that just aren't able to stand very easily. So those who can't, please stay seated as we sing the appropriate lyric. Let's sing Answering the Call of Love. Please stand. As you're able.
Is
Yeah. May it be so. And let us bless each other with the words of our unison benediction as we close our time together and extinguish our chalice flame. May we let its light shine through us to strengthen us for the way ahead that we cannot yet see. May our lives serve as a light in this world that we care so much about. Let's be seated and enjoy the postlude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I have my closing words here for you, but please stay seated because Catherine has a little bit of instruction for us for the meal. But as we begin our time of breaking bread together, may we be grateful and blessed by these words of John Muir, because he says, everybody needs beauty as well as bread, places to play in and pray in, where nature can heal and give strength to body and soul. Please give Catherine a little bit of your attention.